Nuair a bhaidh óg, íoch chluicheadair Ceara Nic an túr imach goirteachadh. Ach, ban cónaí feiceice gur ballcois an spórsí.
Pretty early, I think. My big cousin, he's a couple of years older than me, so he was an avid football fan and a goalkeeper, and we were playing in the garden and things when we were kind of toddlers probably, and then it was St Mirren Park from when we were kind of 3 or 4. So yeah, pretty early on. My mum tried with ballet. She tried hard, to be fair, and the deal was if you go to ballet in the morning, you can go to football in the afternoon. So I think it took me until I was about 6 to get her to drop that one. But no, I did a bit of dancing, and then it was always football. School clubs, after school clubs, evening clubs, yeah, everything that I was kind of able to do.
Ba Ceara a dóigh clan, a clúich ballcois farpaise go thula seachcin, nuair a chuir tripleid ACL statóra.
I was playing for Queen's Park at the time. There was no one anywhere near me, and I turned the wrong way, chasing someone down, and it went, and I knew. I've never done it before, but I knew. I actually thought I'd been shot. It was a strange moment, but yeah, no, it went, and it was misdiagnosed, and it takes time to get it right and get it repaired and things. So here we are 4 years later, back playing. But I'm glad I went through it and did it. I think when you do it and it's that serious, you question, should I get it fixed? Well, I just call it a day. Yeah, it's tough, particularly when you've been used to living life a certain way and particularly active and things. You think, what am I going to do, because it's such a massive change. I was really glad to see that kind of community being set up. I'm going to get involved in that. I think it's really important for young people, especially when it is kind of the biggest thing in your life, and then you lose it. That's a problem for people, but particularly in women. I've read some of the articles that have come out in the last few weeks. I think the good news is there's more research. People know now women are more likely to do it, and young women are likely to do it as well, and that's an issue. So yeah, I think at every level of the game it's probably important to kind of look at it, because it can be life-changing. Maybe you're never quite the same again. It's how to manage it.
Beslánachach atta a bhainne Ceara, agus chunig ahrach mhór an gimen an bands na ceithir bliana nach roi chluich.
Well, the game's completely changed, I think, for women, and continues to do that. Like, okay, we don't necessarily always support English national teams when they go to big competitions, but it was inspiring. And I think it will make a difference in terms of girls looking up and thinking, well, actually, there are careers in it, you can achieve it. When I was coming through, it was like, well, you might be able to go to America. That's it, kind of thing. Now, Scotland players are, you know, real idols and really making a difference to kids. So I don't know that it's necessarily changed massively for me in terms of coming back, but I can see the change in the game. Certainly, like, since I was a kid and coming through, it was boys wouldn't shake your hand, boys wouldn't let you play, all that kind of stuff. So different now.
Nuair a hílig go ballcoise, bhair an clúich san club hain, St Mirren.
Yeah, it was always going to be St Mirren. I was watching them all the way, kind of hoping that I would still be able to. I wasn't sure, to be fair. It's a decent level, so I was hoping that I would still be able to kind of meet that. Yeah, that was always the plan.
Well, imach thill, ha Ceara an taisen hóiseachach an Joe chrú. Agus haidjin bheach go bhfuil an skippe a cha a hógal háiris an tauri, cumasach a ridden na smóa is na seara ruin.
No, I think that's just the position and being lucky with some players around me, to be fair. That's nice. It's nice to have some goals behind you, I suppose. It doesn't mean anything in the games we haven't won, I have to say, but look, it's nice to have that. I wasn't always a striker, but I don't think I've got the legs to play in the wing anymore, so yeah, nice to be scoring goals, I suppose. I think the important thing is there's a kind of youth academy there now. There's a full setup. It probably isn't going to be necessarily some of us that are playing at the kind of senior level now who see the success that's kind of being built, I guess, in the background, because the academy girls are talented, playing well. We've seen them in kind of cup finals this year and things. So yeah, it's exciting to see them come through. I think that's where kind of the future is, which is great. But I think, you know, in terms of us, it's probably just about kind of enjoyment for us in terms of, you know, turnover of players. Last year I wasn't here. A lot of the guys do talk about that and say it was very different last year, and it has come a long way, which is good. I hope it can kind of continue to do that, but I think with the youth coming through, we'll be in a good place. There are brilliant young players playing at this level and with this senior team who I think will be here for a long time, and go from strength to strength with the club as it does that.
Ha garrison lei ag a chlub, agus ha bort gírasach an cúlú, a ha Ceara farachan in Jefford Vór, Seach go St Mirren a gamas ar airtachach agus chluicheadair in a leisachach.
Well, I think it's a club that can rise through the ranks. The support that we've had from the overall club has been great this year. Things like doing the kit launch was really special. And, you know, we're playing in the pitch where we play at the ground. And yeah, I think with that kind of continued support, I've mentioned the academy, but bringing that through, well, I don't see why St Mirren can't be, you know, as big as the other clubs that have done it in recent years.
Ceara ar sanna chuide seaada dhéanúid an corma huairí ag St Mirren. Agus an club a aice bhí chun massas suiring a bhís na sòisealtan a Harry hín.
I'd like to play for as long as possible. I've got quite a demanding job. I've found it's made a big difference to just kind of overall life and kind of work balance. It kind of gives you something to get away from work for, which is good. I'm not sure kind of where we would go if there was to be another ACL injury. That's one I try not to think about. So I think I feel like I've been given a bit of a second chance, and it's a bit of a kind of a second go at it, I suppose. So I'd like to play for as long as possible. This is kind of where I see myself. I love playing for the club that I've supported for this long. So yeah, I hope to be here for a few years, hopefully.